My name is Jay Parrino. I'm a singer and guitarist. I've been performing in the music industry for about 20 years. I've played with my own originals bands as well as being a session player for other bands, and I've been on a bunch of TV shows, both as a judge and as a contestant, and I'm recording my own original music as well. My favorite album's probably the one that really got me into playing guitar was the Metallica album S&M, which was their album with a symphony orchestra. And that combination of the heavy rock music with the orchestral strings and everything was just so powerful, and it really got me to want to pick up. I was a drummer at the time, so it really got me pick up a real instrument like guitar. And that album, it's kind of like their greatest hits in a way. It's a double album. The thing that first got me into music was actually I was diagnosed as having ADHD as a young kid. My parents did not want to go down the route of medication and those kind of, Ritalin and those kind of things that really affect your personality. So we went to a lot of specialist doctors who recommended things that would engage my mind mentally and physically, and drum lessons was one of the things that came up, like, oh, that seems like fun, you get to hit stuff really hard. So that was, I might not have been a musician. I don't think I would be if that hadn't happened. The thing I like about being a musician is the attention from females. The thing I like about being a musician is the connection with the audience that you feel. Whether it's seeing a bunch of people on the dance floor, then what you're doing is impacting them. You're entering their eardrums and you're making them dance and you're making them move. You're making people happy. So sometimes I'm a wedding singer. I'm playing on what some people would call the most important day of their life. A lot of people say that the weddings is the most significant day of their life, and I'm the soundtrack to that. So that's pretty cool. Like, I don't take that very lightly. I take that quite seriously. Like, that's important, and in general, our job is just kind of like to make people happy, which is a nice thing. Like, it's for that 1 hour or 3 hours, however long they're watching me, they're kind of forgetting about their worries and their life for a little while, and I'm brightening up their day, and I don't take that lightly either. That's kind of a nice responsibility, yeah. Okay, my least favorite gig was, I was living in DY and I was booked to go to Cromer Surf Club. DY and Cromer, one suburb away. It was 5 minutes away. So 5 minutes before I thought I needed to be there, I left. And I'm driving around, I'm thinking, Cromer doesn't have a beach. Why would it have a surf club? I'm looking for it. So I call the guy and he's like, yeah, Kiama Surf Club. Yeah, where are you? And so Kiama is 2 hours away. So immediately we knew we were in trouble. So we floored it, trying to get down to 2 hours away. On the way to the gig, our drummer had a car accident and couldn't carry on. So not only did we have to drive 2 hours, but we had to try to find a drummer for the gig while we were driving because her car was written off and wasn't able to continue on. Somehow we managed to get a drummer, someone who was local down there. So we arrived and he was ready to go. So it did work out in the end, but not without the most stress I've ever experienced on the way to work. So that was the worst. The best one, probably, as I mentioned before, my friend Luke, he and I were doing a gig in King's Cross, just sort of a crappy, Thursday night pub gig, playing to not that many people. The manager comes over and he says, the band Hell Yeah is in town and they're staying at the Holiday Inn around the corner and they might come down. And Hell Yeah is the band featuring guys from Pantera and guys from Mudvayne. So this is like a metal fan's wet dream, we're like, oh my God, they're not gonna come here, surely. And we're playing, and then shortly enough, Vinnie Paul from Pantera walks in and the rest of his entourage. And their reputation is just for been able to absolutely smash as much alcohol as you can imagine and still play. And I saw this firsthand. They are to do that, and we weren't able to keep up with them, but they ended up getting on stage and jamming with us. So we went from playing to no one to like playing with some of our musical heroes, which was unbelievable. Yeah, and unfortunately, Vinny's gone now as well. Luke and Vinny. So like I look back on that memory really fondly because like neither of those guys are with us anymore. It was just there's that old expression like treat every gig as if you're playing to a stadium, and that was one of the nights where it was kind of proven to be true. Like always be warmed up, always be on your A game. Like even if there's only 10 people there watching, they all came to see you, or they're all there to be entertained. So treat it like you would any gig. Today I'm going to perform an original song that I've been working on. I probably wrote it during the COVID period, the lockdown period, when there was a lot of time to write. This is a song about having a connection with somebody that you've never actually spoken to. The person the song is about used to come and watch me play every week. And just through eye contact and just through me singing to her, we kind of developed something. I hadn't really experienced it before. It was pretty powerful, and it made me want to write something about it. And it kind of speaks to the power of music, the universal language. Like, you know, she might have spoken a foreign language for all I know, but there's this universal language that was kind of connecting us. So yeah, this song's called "Rain on My Parade," and I hope you guys like it.
Lost in haunting masquerade, eyes are locked, mind's a cage, burning bliss in just one gaze. Underneath my serenade, queen of hearts with clubs she slays, holding all the cards in spades, wistful in my diamond days, wishing for this dream to fade. Hopeless and hopeful, we don't stand a chance. Holding on, hope for one lasting dance. Running on empty, it's check and it's made. Rushing to ruin, rain on my parade. 7 between our game, playing parts upon the stage, whisper in the silent haze. So let's speak in other ways, wiser than her numbered days. The empath walks on razor blades, sees the world in sunny days, heals the wounds, absorbs their pain.